The next phase, the phase that I want to speak to all of you today about, is a phase that I would frame as an optimistic phase, that we move from surge and we begin to transition into suppression, ultimately on our way to herd immunity and ultimately to a vaccine. But in this transition, where we do see light at the end of the tunnel, where there is a ray of optimism and hopefulness that this too shall pass, it's also perhaps the most difficult and challenging phase of all. And that's to say a lot, because the last few weeks and months have been very challenging for all of us indeed. But this phase is one where science, where public health, not politics, must be the guide. But the framework is predicated on the ability to do 6 things. The most important framework is our capacity to expand our testing, to appropriately address the tracing and tracking of individuals, the isolation and the quarantine of individuals, using technology and using a workforce that needs to be trained and an infrastructure that needs to be in place in order to begin the process to transition. Today, we had a record number of deaths that we are reporting, 758 individual stories, families, and lives torn apart, 71 individuals that lost their lives just since the last reporting that I gave you yesterday. We are sober about the fact we're still seeing an increase, modest though it may be, in hospitalizations, but also the total number of individuals tested, that we are not out of the woods yet, and we are not spiking the ball. But we also extend a recognition in that light that this can't be a permanent state. And I want you to know it's not. It will not be a permanent state.